Everyone, and welcome to this video. In this video I'll show you um, how to change the lower ball joint on your Peugeot 407, Peugeot 607, Citroen C4, C5, C6 and also Peugeot 508. So I need to replace my lower ball joints because they are broken already, and I chose QVP and its part number WSS772, and I will show you exactly what's inside. So inside it comes the lower ball joint, and also you have new nuts which are not torque head. They are regular nuts. In order to remove the ball joint installed on my Peugeot 407, I need to use E18 and E14. I couldn't find the sockets, so I got a regular wrench. Okay, so this is the ball joint. It looks pretty well built. It has a bearing inside, and it also has this rubber protection for the bearing. Inside the nut bag, you also have this metal plate. So this will be fitted right here. This will protect the rubber seal from friction, and it will work for longer because of this metal plate. It protects it for dust and mud as well, and water, because this is usually breaking off when water and dust gets inside the bearing. So that is the main cause of this failing. So they fitted them with metal plate protections, which will be like this, fitted on the car. It also has this small lip, so the metal protection will press on this rubber lip, and it will seal perfectly in order to protect the bearing. And this is the ball joint. As you can see on nuts, it already has thread locker, so you don't need to worry about this. QVP are middle priced, so they are not the cheapest, but they are not expensive either. I like the way they look. They look like a quality part. They don't look like cheap parts, and they also have that steel plate protection, which is very important for lower ball joints, because they are easily breaking off. Okay, so in order to do the job, you will first need to remove the wheel. Jack up the car, remove the wheel. Then, while the vehicle you'll need to secure the vehicle. I suspended the vehicle on a big piece of wood, as you can see. And before starting anything, you will need to steer the wheel. In the opposite side which you're working on, and then first of all, and the hardest part is to lose the first nut, so you will have access here. You'll be able to put the key if you have a as you can see, if you steer the wheel, the key will go on. You can also use this type of torques, but I didn't have it. So, and of course, just a second, sir. And of course, using power tools will be faster and easier. So, best of all, you'll have to lose one of the nuts, so the one you have access on. As you can see right here, I have access on this one, so I'm losing this one a bit before removing this bolt right here. In order to remove this bolt, you'll need an 18 millimeters on one side and 16 millimeters on the other side. And then remove that bolt. After you remove the bolt, usually to do this operation you should take off the drive shaft nut. I don't have a 35 or 36 mils socket, so I will not remove it. I will leave it as it is. After you remove that bolt and take it out, this whole assembly will pop out. So you need something because the gearbox will leak off. You will need something to collect the gearbox oil and refill it then, after finishing the job on the other side as well. And that's the most what you need to know. Check the part 2 of the video. I will make another video because I'll have to struggle a bit to do this only with standard keys, no power tools, no equipment, no sockets, and nothing else. Okay, so QVP, they look pretty well built, they look quality parts, they also have protection, and the most important part is that protection, because there are many ball joints more expensive than this, but they don't have this metal protection, and they also don't have this rubber lip right here, which is pressed by, let me show you the metal protection. So when you fit the metal protection, this lip is pressed by it, so it's sealing properly. Also, it's sealed here as well, so no dust and water will go in. So in order to start, remove the wheel, jack up the car, remove the wheel. After removing the wheel, steer the wheels in the opposite direction of where you are working. You need 16 mils, 18 mils, and E18 spanner socket, also E14 spanner socket, in order to remove the lower ball joint studs. Okay, first of all, in order to make this easier for you, you will have to use the 18 millimeters spanner and remove the nut from this bolt right here, as you can see. So remove the nut, hit the bolt a bit in order to get it backward, and fit the socket or spanner. And first of all, the most recommended way to do this is to loosen the first nut while everything is on. It will be easier for you after that, because after removing the big E18 bolt, you will also have to remove a small git bolt. It's an E14, and then the other one will be easy to remove because you will be able to hit the lower ball joint to make it move a bit. They are pretty stock, so In a previous operation, when I changed this before, the bolts broke and they were stuck, broken inside. So I had some problems. I had to change all of this because it's pretty hard to get out a bolt which is stuck after a long while. So I changed all of this arm here. So in order to avoid that, fit the socket or the stud, or the spanner on the screw. I used a big bar. I tried and it didn't work, so after that I hammered the spanner a bit in order to shock the stud. When you do this by creating some shocks, it will easily come out, you know, if you hit it with a hammer. I forgot to mention that you need a T55. I used this Torx 55 with this adapter in order to use in order to remove the caliper. Sorry, these are the caliper studs. I removed the caliper and the brake disc. I fitted a screw right here. Don't leave the caliper hanging this pipe because it's gonna get broken, and then you will have to replace this as well. So I will show you the next steps in the next 10 minutes. After I will fit this, I'll start fitting it. I managed to remove the lower ball joint, as you can see right here. It was broken, so the bearing inside it was broken and was having a lot of free play, you know, or however it's called. And this is the new one, as you can see.